Hey there, welcome back, everyone, for another movie review in the DC animated movie series, and of course, in my Superman marathon. And now, since I reviewed the death of Superman, now I'm gonna review Superman, actually, All Star Superman. Came out 2011, I think was in February, and this was a disappointment. I mean, a really campy movie. It was just flawless. It had tons of flaws that I just did not got it. And the when I reviewed Superman Doomsday, the death of Superman, and this movie All Star Superman 2011, those are actually the first time I watched these films. And so far, the death of Superman for me is the best one. This got All Star Superman got 6.9 on IMDb, and this is kind of really flawless film. Kind of dragged. It was kind of boring. It was 1 hour 16 minutes long, but it was kind of boring. It just wasn't so great like was the death of Superman. This is kind of weird movie. It was like flawless. And the movie I think was Superman in this movie. I mean, the story talks. First off, I don't know any of the cast. Nobody who provided the voice. For the characters, for the Superman characters. I don't know anybody. Second, the story is kind of so weird and goofy. It's weird. And yeah, All Star Superman is based on a comic book series by those two guys who wrote the DC, Grant Morrison, Frank Whitley, who actually wrote a comic book series All Star Superman. But this is kind of still a letdown. And Superman finds out this movie that he's dying. Yeah, it's actually the 10th movie. Once again, it's actually the 10th movie in the series, in the DC universe, animated universe. And this movie, Superman finds out that he's dying, and there's this scientist who tries to help and find a cure for Superman. So Superman decides that he goes to Lois Lane as Clark Kent, and then he reveals his secret. He takes Lois to his hideout, and it was a Fortress of Solitude. It kind of does not feel in this animated movie as Fortress Solitude, but he brings her together, and he's working on a gift for her. She thinks that Superman has been crazy. He's been lying to her for years, so she decides that he's probably evil, and she has to stop him, and she fires with some gun at him, and it turns out that he's making a surprise. He makes like some sort of potion, in which Lois drinks, and she gets superpowers for 24 hours, for 20 hours a day, and she can do everything she wants. They start making a romance, Superman and Lois, they have a romance. And there are like a few monsters attacking the city, and there's also these two guys from Galaxy, and it's actually Samson and Ultra Sphinx, and now they both decide that they are start flirting with Lois, and they decide to fight, compete with Superman for the heart of Lois Lane. So yeah, it was kind of ridiculous and dumb idea. I didn't read that comic book, All Star Superman, but this is really a letdown. By the way, no, this is not a rant, but it's kind of really disappointment. But before I continue, yeah, so Superman, he there's this monster, I think it was Solaris, and he kidnaps Lois and asks a question to Superman, and one question which Superman, if he correctly answers, he Lois lives. If he false answers, Lois dies, and Superman correctly answers, and yeah, Solaris let him go. So now Superman, so now Superman wants to go live with Lois because she found that she's alive. She felt like she's alive and she's a dead. The same thing, but they go together away, and of course Samson and Alpha Sphinx, they challenge him for the contest for Lois. Superman wipes both their assets, and then Superman says that he goes to the space and he leaves, and miraculously he drops, like 2 months later he drops in Metropolis, which is kind of like I think that the scene is missing because I don't follow the story anymore. What happened? He like went into space and he dropped so fast on the earth. It's like it's a completely huge flaw. What did he do in the space at all? It just makes no sense in this animated movie, in my opinion. I'm sorry I did not got it. So Superman finds out that there's like his cousins are now ruling Metropolis, and but yeah, because he still tried to be nice and that they're mean, but because of that they're losing their powers, and Superman tries to cure them, so he sent them to the Phantom Zone. Then once again Clark meets Lex Luthor in the prison. Yes, Lex Luthor gets caught in this movie. He goes in prison, and Clark Kent meets him. There's a riot because there's a monster starts eating people, and Clark cannot reveal himself as a Superman, but he saves the guards, and the prisoners gets all killed because there's a riot. But Clark technically saves Lex life, and I think like Lex has a cousin or something in this movie, but he saves his life, and he tries, and of course Lex, doesn't know that Clark is actually Superman, but he also helps Clark because he needs him alive, so the both men stay alive with each other in that prison, and Superman with his, I think was with his earth, he creates earthquake and he captures the monster. Lex kills it, but Lex is still in the prison, and then I kind of don't follow the story anymore because Lex, he gets, Superman says the world is yours. And like Superman's now dying, and Clark wrote the story Superman dead, and then he falls down, and while on an electric chair when Lex gets executed, he actually drank a potion, a potion which he got superpowers for 24 hours a day, kills all the guards, and he goes to the Daily Planet. But Clark somehow reveals himself, that he's still Superman, and fights with, he also used that gun, the same that she did Lois, by making sure that his powers gets lost, in 24 hours. And once again, Lex gets captured, and his cousin or his niece, they get both captured, and Superman, I think that Superman then he leaves the earth and he goes fixing the sun. Also there was Solaris, who I think Solaris gave the power to Lex, but Solaris gets fucked up, in which Superman do something and screws up Solaris, and because the sun is now red, not yellow, so Superman goes now to the sun, and Louis says by Jimmy, I'm waiting him because he's fixing the sun. And that was basically was in the film. That was it. That was all in the animated film. I like the riot in the prison with Lex Luthor. I like the riot prison and that monster. That's the only scene, only sequence in the animated movie that I did like. But the rest was kind of goofy, like what happened then with Lois' powers, it was not revealed, or that I missed it. But this movie was confusing, it was confusing, it was plot by plot was missing this film. At least that's how I felt when I watched it. When I watched like 3 days ago, The Death of Superman, I enjoyed. When I watched Superman Doomsday, I enjoyed. This is actually the first time by anime DC that I kind of felt a disappointing film, but still a good one. I still don't think it's that bad film. But let's do so let's try to do another Superman animated movie, and I'm planning to review and watch Superman vs. the Elite. And like I said, I have never saw those animated films before. This is my first time viewing, But Superman, All-Star Superman was kinda cheesy and let down and kinda campy by me. But I still like the Riot Prisons, when Lex, he was in the prison and he was running, with Clark. I really did like that, or Clark makes an earthquake, and captures the monster, and Lex goes and kills the monster. I like that. I like that. It was still graphic tone and violence, so that was still good. But yeah, directed was actually by Sam Liu, written by M'C Duffie. I think that that M'C Duffie passed away in February, I think, when this movie was released in 2011. So he wrote the story for the film. James Denton provided the voice for Superman. Kal-El, Clark Kent. Christina Hendricks provided the voice of Lois Lane, and Anthony LaPaglia, he provided the voice of Lex Luthor. The movie was released by DC Warner Brothers, and it was an animated superhero based on All-Star Superman comics by Grant Morrison, Frank Whitley by the same name. And this is like campy. It's still not a bad animated movie, but if I remember the actions, if I prefer this movie with The Death of Superman and Superman Doomsday, I must say those two movies I enjoy more. I think that those two movies were much superior, much better films, And this was released in 2011, and The Death of Superman was actually released 7 years later, and was much better graphic, much better excitement, much better film, We even had Justice League in that film. This movie, there's no one except Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and Superman in the film. And some few characters I don't even know. I don't know Samson and Ultra Sphinx. I don't know those two characters. I like that Superman is actually on the grave of his father, Jonathan Kent. But it just makes no sense to me. The movie, the animated movie, just wasn't that great. Was The Death of Superman or Superman Doomsday. Superman Doomsday has been actually released prior 4 years before this movie even came out. It was much better film than this. In the Superman Doomsday there wasn't Justice League either, but they succeeded much better. This is kind of a letdown. But that's my movie review. Another movie review, animated series on a superhero, Superman, which is my favorite character of all time, which I love everything about Superman. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which I think I'll definitely go for Superman vs. the Elite, because I'm really excited for that movie. But we'll see you in the next video, so stay tuned for Superman vs. the Elite. I'm out. Peace.